Right. Hello and good evening. Welcome to the channel. Mark W. and Rob Bob presents. I'm your host, as always, Mark W., etc., etc. This is one of my midweek streams, so Rob Bob doesn't usually join to co-host. And yeah, I call this one the the midweek stream. Mark W.'s old games on a weekday lately. So that's what I'm doing tonight. I'm going to continue my game that's already in progress of Nethack. I'm calling this Nethack and Chill because I'm taking it easy as I play a game of Nethack. Oftentimes when I play, I just go. And since I've been playing this game for like 30 years, when I just go, I imagine it's pretty hard for a newbie to follow what I'm even doing. So I'm trying to take my time and explain pretty much everything I do, as if I were presenting to a newbie, which maybe some of you watching are. Yeah, so this is a live stream, and tonight we got Eric Johnson once again in the chat. Hello, Mr. Eric Johnson. He's one of our super regulars. I don't know if anyone else will show up. We'll see. Um, yeah, the theme for me personally this week has been a heavy dose of tiredness. Yesterday, I've been trying to do these midweek streams more often on Tuesdays because one of our other super regulars, Arturo, can't do Wednesdays, and Thursday is no good for me lately, etc., etc. But anyway, I decided to just do this stream anyway. That's my reasoning. But yeah, I'm probably only gonna do it for, I don't know. It's gotta be under 2 hours most likely. I don't think I'm gonna last longer than that. But we shall see. We'll play it by ear. And yeah, again, I have this character in progress in NetHack. Now, NetHack is one of the original roguelikes, which means it has permadeath. And that means if you save your game and die, it doesn't matter that you saved your game. Your save is wiped out. You can cheat. There's a technique called save scumming that will allow you to cheat, but it's not really playing in the spirit of the game, right? I might as well hack the memory and give myself awesome stats. Right? Why cheat? Anyway, I'm playing, as you can see, version 3.6.7. Let's get my demo draw tool on the screen, which I like to do. Give me 1 second. Demo Pro. I always call it Demo Draw. It's called Demo Pro. This lets me do this. Okay. All right, konnichiwa, I'm Rin the Human Samurai. Welcome back to NetHack. So yeah, what was going on in this game? That is the question. We should do a little recap. I'm on dungeon level 2, but I had progressed deeper than that into the dungeon. I had I think there's a way I can look at that. I got it to level 5-ish, I think, maybe 6, and there was a branch into the gnomish mines. Here we go. Here's all we know about the dungeon. So the main branch of the dungeon is called the Dungeons of Doom, and I've explored levels 1 through 5 of that. And this screen will give you some major, kind of landmarks or important things that you have found on each level. And there's a way to annotate each level as well. So you can write, hey, I left a stash of junk here or whatever. But anyway, level 1 has a fountain. I'm leaving it around for now. Level 2, which is where I am right now, is a general store, an altar to my god Amaterasu Ognikami, and a fountain. Level 3, there's a jeweler's, which is another store. They sell gems and rings, basically. Level 4 is stairs down to the gnomish mines, which is a separate branch that is right here. Level 5, another store, an armor shop. Okay. And Eric comments, I was the worst save scummer back in the day. Still am given the opportunity. Okay. Hey, in a sense, however you want to play the game, it's fine as long as you're not, cheating with other people. Like if you found a way to cheat on a server, then that's a little scummy. But if it's on your own, who cares? Play it however you want to do it. That's my take anyway. But I like to play without save scumming. So I'm trying to remember what the heck I was actually doing. Why did it come back up? I think I wanted to check out some stuff on this altar. Yeah, I think I was taking advantage of the fact that in NetHack there's a mechanic in which you can drop the objects in your possession on an altar, and the altar will tell you if it is an uncursed object, a blessed object, or a cursed object, according to the color that flashes when you drop it. If there's an amber flash, the item is blessed. If it's a black flash, then it is cursed. such as this potion of oil, which is really just a bottle of oil. Right, I'm trying to think if I had any kind of immediate goals at the moment. I have a -4 armor class, thanks to some pretty good armor. Not, nothing fantastic yet, but I have a blessed rust proof +1 splint nail named Dash for some reason. That's his name, Dash. Maybe it's short for Dashel. Dashel the splint mail. I have a slightly enchanted orcish helm, a cloak of protection, which is pretty good, and a pair of iron shoes. I have a gunyoki, as we learned last time. It's not a real Japanese word, but in Nethack land, that means a food ration. I have some unknown scroll right here, which I could probably try. I have a scroll of confusion. I have a +1 katana, as well as a silver saber named Gray Swan Deer, and this is a really powerful artifact. Not insanely powerful, but a powerful artifact weapon, Gray Swan Deer. Yes, it's starting to come back to me as I talk about it. I'm getting the mental ball rolling here. I had leveled up my skill in saber, which as a samurai only goes up to basic skill level, as you can see on this screen here when you type enhance as your action. You can see your skills, and yeah, here we are at saber. I think I heard in a recent version they're merging scimitar with saber, for what that's worth. I think that's probably because scimitar is, there's no magic scimitar. They're kind of a meh weapon. Basically, there's no reason to focus on scimitar, so I think they're merging it with saber. Anyway, that's just a brief aside. Yeah, so I have saber skill, which is the maximum you can get, and it's always good to refer to the wiki as you play. If you can do it without, but that's like so hard. It's nice. I mean, you could do it, but you would have to keep track of your own notebook of all these different bits of info, because it's like you kind of need the info to play well. Anyway, yeah, as you can see here, the maximum skill level for a samurai with a saber is basic. So I can't advance in that anymore. And the way you advance at a skill is you hit enemies with it a lot. So that is why for now I am trying to advance my longsword skill by wielding my katana only. And my plan is, once I've gotten to expert level, the max at longsword, and the saber, which I'm already at the max at for that basic, I will try 2-weapon combat. And the way two-weapon combat works, very briefly, is, well, let's look it up. First of all, it has its own skill, right? So you have a skill at 2-weapon combat as well as a skill at the individual 2 weapons you're using. And as you can see, rogues and samurai are the best at 2-weapon combat. And how it works is, right. So it's actually a penalty if you look at this. Even if you're at expert level with 2-weapon, it's a penalty when you wield 2 weapons. But what it does is it's kind of factoring in the individual weapons, and so I might have the math wrong, but it's something like, say you have, just to make a random number, +5 to hit with weapon 1, +1 to hit with weapon 2. It's a +6, I think. I don't know if it adds up like that. I think it would apply the -3 to each. I don't know. The point is, it's harder to hit. But if you have 2 weapons and you're good at both, and you're good at 2-weapon skill, then overall it's a net win, right? But using 2 weapons is harder, so you have to really level up. And once if you're unskilled at the start, I forget if I'm basic or unskilled. Let me check real quick. Yeah, I am unskilled. Then you really suck for a while. So I think that's why, if I recall correctly, the best strategy is to really level up the individual weapons to the max, and then you try 2-weapon. But a lot of what you do in this game as a warrior type of character is you use the weapon you want to train. But sometimes if you are in a life or death kind of battle, you have to use whatever is best for you in the short term, right? So if I am going along using my unskilled 2-weapon to train, I'm carving through wimpy goblins and stuff, that's fine. But if I'm in a life or death battle with some kind of super demon, that's not a term in the game, but I might want to switch back to my katana by itself, or Gray Swan Deer perhaps. So that's the idea with 2-weapon combat. So it's a penalty, but hey, you get to use 2 weapons, and if you really train up, the penalty isn't as bad. But also, if you look down here real brief, back on the same page, you do get a damage bonus once you've trained up. You can see if you're using 2 weapons and you're expert level, you actually get a damage bonus. So it's harder for you to hit, but you get a damage bonus. But again, just being able to use 2 weapons at once, especially when one of them is a powerful like artifact kind of weapon, it can be really good. I think it kind of goes into a lot of detail on this wiki. When fighting with 2 weapons, an obvious choice for the first weapon is your artifact weapon. For the second weapon, popular choices include... Alright. So let's move this out of the way. Yeah, let's get rolling. Now the question is, what do I want to do? You know, it's good to have an immediate goal. Sometimes the goal is just wander, you know, try to keep exploring the dungeon and go down some more. There is the Gnomish Mines, which I could try to beat, but it's nice to have a light source. Why don't we take a quick look at the Gnomish Mines in the wiki, since we're trying to take it slow and steady and learn about stuff. You know, not in super high detail, but Gnomish Mines generate on dungeon levels 2 to 4. Yeah, you're fighting a lot of gnomes and dwarves and things like that. It's a little bit easier when you're lawful like I am, because the dwarves are lawful and they won't attack you. The dwarves are fairly strong. Hey, Fluffy Buffles, how's it going? It says, Fluffy Buffles says, hey, I remember I saw your older video a few days ago. Cool that I caught your stream. I'll be listening while I'm at work. All right, welcome, Fluffy Bubbles. Are you a Nethack fan? In any case, welcome and enjoy the show. I hope I don't distract from your work too much. Right, but there can be one random humanoid, apparently. This random humanoid can occasionally be a mind flayer or even a mastermind. That's crazy. Anyway, yeah, there's a bunch of traps in the levels, random gems. I'm trying to remember what you actually get out of this. You get something cool on the final level. But yeah, it is good to have a light source. They're probably going to mention this here somewhere. Yeah, having a light source. Because many mines levels are dark, having a light source on hand can make exploration a much safer and faster endeavor. Yeah. Yeah, so I'll probably defer until I get some nice light source like a lantern. Then it goes into all the stages. There is a place called Mine Town in the Gnomish Mine. It's basically a level that has a big store, or a bunch of stores, as well as some fountains and things. It looks kind of like this. And some monsters that will mess with you. Mine's End is the last level of it. I'm trying to remember what you get out of it. For some reason, it's eluding me. It's guaranteed to contain a luck stone, so that's the big prize, essentially. If you can beat Mine's End, you'll get a luck stone. The Mimic of the Mines. All right. That's right, the Gnome King's Wine Cellar. That's like a mini boss. I'm doing a lot of refreshing of myself, you know, my own memory of this game as well as I do this stream. You know, even though I've played this game since the early 90s, I often take breaks, multi-year long breaks, and then I revisit it later. I have played it a lot on this stream, typically on my Saturday nights. But hey, you know, I have my Saturday nights when I play whatever with my son, basically, and midweek is for old school games. NetHack definitely counts as an old school game, but I tend to lean towards console games for whatever reason. Anyway, yeah, you know, I don't know. What should we do? We need to have more food first. I'm always tempted to go and rob a store for a while with the help of my pet, but you do have that time limit that is your hunger, and you don't want to press that limit, right? I only have one gunyoki, which is your food ration. If I had like 4 or 5, I would be like, yeah, no problem, and probably even 3. I would be like, I'm set for the indefinite future, more or less. Because then once you have that many, you tend to find food sources as you go before you starve to death. Anyway, what did I drop here? I guess I dropped some stuff. I have to fix my config. Hold on a minute. This is something I should change permanently, but in my config file. Number pad on. Let's see if my fruit is still there. What did I make my favorite fruit? Was it a, it was some Japanese name, right? Did it save that? Fruit, 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 fruit. I don't know where it is. Did I skip it? Hmm. I can't find it now. Am I missing it? Okay, I'm not gonna worry about it. It's not important. Anyway, so there's the altar. Now it is lawful, which is actually great to have a to know where an altar that matches your alignment is, because you can sacrifice corpses and get goodies in response from your god. But once again, you know, that's kind of a almost like a farming like tactic that you can try. But since I'm kind of low on food, and if I am gonna pace around fighting monsters, sacrificing their corpses, I clearly won't be eating their corpses. So it kind of makes sense to not attempt that strategy right now, unfortunately. You may notice this looks a little different than when I played 2 weeks ago, because I had my default terminal colors. I think it was overriding some. Yeah, it was a yuzu. Thanks, Eric, for the reminder. My default terminal colors was like green or something. It was overriding the default colors, and so this looks a little bit better, I think. You can see the line of sight shadows moving as I move a little bit. Anyway, where the heck is my dog? He's fighting something, because it said at the top, if I look at the last message, you hear some noises in the distance. That pretty much always means your pet is fighting something. But I've lost him. I want to go down the stairs. I'm just trying to find my dog. No, there he is. If you get a leash, you can keep him close. Ah, I go in the room and he's gone. There he is. Come on, doggy. What's his name? Hachi? Let's talk to him. He's acting funny. I don't know. He yips. It's just my imagination, probably. Come on, Hachi. Like, what's going on here? He doesn't seem to be wanting to follow me. Am I too fast, or like I'm leaving him in the dust? Sometimes you do have to like take a couple steps, pass your turn by searching or whatever. Yeah, that's what works just now. All right. So here's another, again, a store I could mess with. Let's give that a little bit of a robbery. I'm so lawful, I rob stores. Let's check what this is. An empty broken chest. That sounds like something I would leave around. And Fluffy Bubble says, I raised a caveman and a priest to experience level 11 recently, so I'm doing a lot better. Need all the tips I can get. Okay, awesome. 11 is pretty good. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I'm going to have amazing tips, but I'll try my best. Like, I don't know if I'll have amazing survival tips. All right, so yeah, Haji's picking up some rings. I might as well pick them up, and I can check if they're blessed or cursed or whatever at the altar. Did he drop it? That's the problem. You don't know if he's carrying it. Can you see if you know, you can't see if he's carrying it. More info about dog. You get a nice paragraph about dogs. Fluffy Bubble said, I almost didn't recognize you without the green overlay. Okay. Yeah, I don't have that green color anymore. I think it looks better without it. Okay, yeah, come on, doggy. Help me out here. Picks up a blue gem. Oh, there's the ring. Yeah, sometimes he just drops it out of sight, and it could be down the corridor a little bit. All right, so I can run back upstairs quick and check a few rings for blessed stats or whatever. But usually the dog will not. They will occasionally, but they won't generally step on any cursed object. And if they do, it'll say the dog moves onto the space reluctantly. There we go. Look at that. It's a great example. And Eric points out, yeah, there's a mimic in the corner. I guess it's a pretty obvious mimic. Thanks for pointing it out, though. Yeah, that's strange object. He's not trying very hard, that mimic. But I'm seeing that a lot lately, and I don't remember that. That's what's weird to me. I don't know if that was a recent addition to the game or what. They would always, like, sometimes they would show as a as this shape, which I think is armor, in like an inappropriate place, but it wouldn't just say strange object that I remember. I could be totally wrong. I don't know. Look at this. I just leveled up my katana skill. Here's a tip, by the way. Now you have a limited number of skill slots. And let me see if I can find info on that. Now I'm definitely gonna upgrade katana because that's part of my strategy, right? But I want to find something quick. I forget if skill slots are per character class or kind of universal. I don't know what to look for right now, unfortunately. Probably skills in general. But anyway, the point is, my longsword is not upgraded yet, but I have the ability to upgrade it. I have the ability to spend a scarce skill slot, a fairly scarce skill slot, on upgrading longsword. I don't know if they call it skill slot. They do. Skill slots. Just trying to see how many you get. Oh, here you go. Well, this is how many are required to upgrade to the level, right? If you want to upgrade to master, it will take 3 skills. Sorry, if you want to upgrade to expert, it'll take 3 spell slots. Skill slots, not spell slots. And here's how it enhances your 2-hit and damage and everything. What is this? Oh, this is a weapon skill matrix kind of a thing. Look, the monks actually don't get any weapon skills because they're all about unarmed combat. Yeah, I probably glossed over how many you actually get. Let me read over a little more. That's what I'm looking for. How many do you get? Technical details. I don't know why it doesn't just say how many you get. Maybe it is per character class. I don't think I saw it offhand in the samurai page though. Okay, I don't want to dwell on this, unfortunately. Oh, nope. Okay, I don't know. You get a bunch though, but not infinite by any means. And if you're kind of a spellcaster type, you have to keep that in mind because that's a skill. You know, you're spellcasting. Anyway, let's upgrade longsword. All right, you're now more skilled in longsword. If you go to that screen again, you can see I am skilled. So I'm getting a little better. All right, so we just killed a now, kobolds are not good to eat. They are poison all the time for some reason. That's just one of these weird, you know, Nethack facts that I have memorized. And we can eat this goblin corpse though, because they are always delicious. Scroll of light. Gray stone. Oh man. The reason why I reacted like, oh man, is because I'm hoping my dog wouldn't have picked it up if it's a load. So basically one of the worst objects in the game is a gray stone. It is a lodestone. But it could also be, I believe, a luck stone, which is a good thing. And I think it can also be a flintstone, which is basically nothing. It can also be a touchstone. That's right. The thing about the lodestones is they're cursed, so you can't even drop them, and they just make it so that it just weighs a lot. So you're going to be moving slow. Yeah. Use tip. Oh, if it's in a container. Yeah, you can basically, it's giving you a tip for how to identify it here. If it's in a container, like that chest that's right over here. This is a broken chest, so I don't know if it's going to work, but I could try it. You can use the tip command, and it'll give you a tip. Well, that's kind of funny. I didn't mean it like that. You're physically tipping the chest, and you might get a hint. Let's put it that way. That if it says thumb, then it's a lodestone. Here's the thing: I can't pick it up and put it in. I'm just realizing that it has to already be in that. Now, since I think they're always cursed, so I'm not knowledgeable enough. I mean, it might not be cursed. It could just be. Well, it says cursed. All greystones except cursed lodestones can be thrown. All right, it might be safe to try. I feel like you can like kick it or something. I might be wrong. It might hurt your feet and abuse your like wisdom or something. But let me see if there's anything about kicking. Oh yeah, it can be identified attempting to kick it. Oh, okay, that was actually I was reading the wrong tip. This is my problem when I try to gloss over like a document like this while speaking. I often miss some obvious stuff in the document. So yeah, I can kick it and it won't move. It'll produce a thump instead. All right, let's try that. All right, so we're gonna kick it. If it moves, it's good. If it thumps, it's bad. Kick north. Okay, it moved. Let's pick it up. Now here's the thing. It could just be a Flintstone, which is pretty pointless. You can fire it out of a sling if you have one, but my character doesn't plan on ever using slings. He got bow and arrow skill. Doggo seems to be carefully walking around some of those rings if you observe him. Like the white one in the center and the green one kind of in the lower left. So most likely those are cursed. He did decide to step on the amulet, which is this quote sign, reluctantly. So that's cursed. Some of the amulets can be terrible. There's a notorious amulet of strangulation. It strangles you to death. That's what it does. All right. I want to play this robbing game. Cool. We'll get that one. And we'll wrap up this robbing effort. We'll do the identification trick quickly, where we just see if the rings are cursed, basically, or blessed. Kill the gecko. And again, he probably would not pick up cursed ones. I think with Nethack, I'm not 100% sure of everything, so there's a chance it might be cursed for all I know. Anyway, I don't like that I'm hungry and I only have one gunyoki. I'm just going to run upstairs quick without the dog so I don't waste time. Eat a jackal. So the jackal, you know, I'm going to be hungry. I'm no longer hungry for a short time, but it's actually not a lot of meat. I'm going to get hungry again real soon. All right, so we're going to run over to the bottom right there. Quickly as possible, making use of diagonals. Here's actually a little tip. You cannot go diagonally through a doorway. That's just how it is. It's supposed to be you have to enter directly in the doorway. But you can smash the door. You can close the door and kick it, and therefore it won't be there anymore, and you can move through the doorway diagonally. That's just one way to play it, I suppose. Anyway, let's drop rings. We can drop the gold ring and the wire ring. And they are not cursed. They're uncursed. Okay. All right, so let's get back downstairs. And yeah, I have to be very food conscious now. No more fooling around. And let's see. Fluffy Bubble says, any tips for getting poison resistance early? I lost a night to a giant spider on dungeon level 5 a few days back. Well, yeah, which I'm trying to think which some character classes will earn it automatically, like as they level up. I think a barbarian can do that. But otherwise, it's some of the corpses will grant that. Like I think one of them is if you have if you eat an acid blob corpse, there's like a 10% chance of getting, which isn't great. Well, I can check it in the wiki quick. It's probably honestly, you're probably almost always better to look it up in a wiki than ask me. But I'm happy to look for you. Eating you can obtain poison resistance from a corpse in one of the following ways. Eat a non-poisonous corpse that grants the oh yeah, that's what we need to know. Use a tinning kit to make a poisonous corpse safe. Wear an item that grants poison resistance, like a ring of poison resistance. Unicorn horn, yeah, that's true. Unicorn horns will cure a lot of ailments. That's actually unicorn horns are almost OP. They don't have charges and they cure like any negative status. And you keep getting them. Every time you kill a unicorn, you get one. They are nerfing it. I don't know if it's nerfed in 3.7 or maybe in a future one, but I'm still on 3.6 today. So I can still abuse unicorn horns when I finally get them. But you don't get them early in the game. I think, you know, like a lot of things early in this game, you just gotta figuratively pray a little bit. But here we go. All of these corpses provide a chance of gaining poison resistance and are not dangerous to eat. There are some that are dangerous. then it can grant it. But yeah, these are your best bets. And look at the percent though. Not all of them are high. Golden Naga, that's a good percent. Shrieker, Centipede, Blue Jelly, Flesh Gull. I'm surprised it's safe to eat a flesh golem. That's basically eating Frankenstein's monster. That's what a flesh golem is, basically, in my view. It's like an animated, iron golem is some wizard put together a man-shaped thing out of iron, and a flesh golem is some wizard put together a man-shaped pile of flesh. So it's basically Frankenstein's monster, in my view. Anyway, here's some stuff that will be mildly dangerous, but you can eat: yellow mold, homunculus, gray ooze, brown pudding, etc. You can eat the Wizard of Yendor. Okay, well that's certainly not an early game solution to the problem. Soldier ants, you don't want to fight them at a low level. They will wreck you. They come in a mob, and many a low level character has fallen victim to soldier ants. But if you can plow through, like, the 10 or so of them that attack you, and you can eat away. Each one gives you a 1/5 chance of granting the resistance. However, each one will also poison you. So, I guess for eating enough of them, maybe I'm not actually sure if when you gain the resistance, does it cure an existing poison status? I'm not really sure. But you can also eat snakes, water moccasins, killer bees, etc. You can eat a nurse. Bugged in pre-3.6. You can exploit this bug on older versions. I don't know what it is. Eating a nurse. Now nurses are later game things. Very unsafe corpses. Yeah, you don't want to eat Chickatrice, Cockatrice, Medusa. All right, so yeah, you can just look up poison resistance in the wiki, because there's no way I'm gonna read all of this. Not every single thing. There's no way you are gonna remember it. Remember it all. But let me look at that list again though. As far as stuff you can find pretty early, right? You can find these various molds pretty early. Cave spider pretty early, but again, these chances are pretty low. Red Naga hatchling, yeah, you might find them pretty early. Centipede, you can find Shriekers pretty early. I guess the Naga hatchlings are pretty common pretty early. Difficulty, you can get into the way that the dungeon assigns you difficulty monsters. Basically, yeah, I guess early game would be like, maybe level difficulty 5 or less, maybe ish. You can always sort by difficulty. Yeah, your basic mold, Shrieker, cave spider, Naga hatchlings, blue jelly. All right. Okay, let's keep going. Right, we want to. Okay, we just came down to level 3. Right, let's find our dog again, and there we are, and go down a level once more. Now, what I might actually want to do is head into those gnomish mines, even though I don't have the light source that I want. Because there's a lot of combat there, a lot of gnomes I can eat. Nethack is such a bizarre game. It's like, it's not, giant ants, okay. It's not uncommon in a kind of D&D or fantasy role-playing type-ish, or roguelike type game to, want to kind of embrace combat. I want to fight monsters because it helps me level up and get loot. But only in Nethack is it like, well, I'm hungry, I gotta find a lot of enemies to eat. I think giant ants are safe. Again, I can't remember everything in this game. I don't remember a lot of things. They don't convey any resistances, but are they poison? Nope, they're not. So yeah, let's eat this lovely giant ant. There's 2 of them, actually. Okay. It tastes okay. This one tastes okay, too. Yeah, it used to be everything tasted terrible. Every, like, random corpse. Like, kind of by default. Swap places with Hachi. Come on, Hachi, we gotta go. These ants won't fill me for very long, even though they're giant. Yeah, I have to wonder, what does it mean by a giant ant? Because what's an ant? It's like, smaller than your thumbnail or your pinky nail, typically. But does that mean a giant one is like this? Like a football? Or does it mean like it's like a horse? The first image I think of is from the Temple of Apshai games, in which You fight these giant ants, and the cover art. I go on random tangents, I know. The cover. This one's unfortunately kind of obscured by a sticker, but okay. But look, he's fighting this. Here's your character fighting this giant ant. It looks really big, right? Anyway, does your character eat the whole corpse before he decides if it tastes good? No, because if you get interrupted, the partially eaten corpse it'll remain, but it'll already say the message that it tasted terrible or okay. That's an interesting question. Never thought about that. But that's just flavor text. Doesn't mean anything to my knowledge. Anyway, we can go down to the mines now. One of these is the entrance, and one of them is just continuing down the main branch. I don't remember which is which. Killed a random newt. Orcish helmet, a scimitar. Come on, doggy, I need you. Hachi, you're being very stubborn lately. I have to get a leash for you. Okay, we're back to the gnomish mines. Yeah, we explored, I think, just the first level. I do have a scroll of light, but that sucks. It doesn't the light doesn't follow you around. It's just in that one space you're in, it's lit up permanently, but that's it. Yeah, I don't know. Ooh, I have a potion of gain ability, don't I? I'm trying to remember if I should just chug that now. Ideally, I could get it blessed first, but the best way to bless things is you dip the object into holy water. However, I feel like you can't do that with potions. So let me see if I can look that up quick. Therefore, if I can't really bless, oh, yeah, you know what it is? You bless potions, and all that includes making holy water, by dropping them on an altar and praying, I think. So I could probably bless it. I can't remember if it only applies to water or not. That's the problem. There's so many little details to this game. And it's kind of essential to playing well, in my opinion, to be able to amass a lot of holy water and take advantage of that. Prayers and altars. By standing on a co-aligned altar, placing non-blessed potions of water on it, and praying, while it's safe to do so, all of those potions will be blessed in addition to the regular results of a successful prayer. Right, so it's only holy water. Dipping into holy water. If you have at least one potion of holy water, you can adjust all your uncursed potions of water into a single stack. Okay, and then dip them into the holy water to bless the entire stack. This is one thing I never think of, is adjusting. That lets you make them all into one stack, and then in one action you can dip them into the holy water. But I guess you can dip I guess it answers the question. You can dip potions into holy water. I would think it can work with other types of water, other types of potions. Anyway, what I'm getting at is I'm going to try to save the potion of gain ability, because right now what it does, because it's uncursed, it's going to level up or increment a single random stat of mine, such as my strength, dexterity, all this stuff down here. But a blessed potion of gain ability, it increments all of them. So that's pretty fabulous once you get one. Now, the risk of not drinking it now and saving it for later is there are things that can destroy your potion. Like if you get blasted with fire, it can boil over and explode, or you get blasted with ice, it'll freeze and explode. So there's probably other stuff too. If you fall into water, I think they can get diluted. Anyway, let's... Well, we're in the mines, and again, it's not great when we don't have a light source. The dog already got into some combat on the level we already cleared. Oh, here's a peaceful dwarf. Now, what is that? Fog cloud. Okay. Intuitively, I know that the dwarf... So again, one of those things I have a decent feel for playing the game a million times. They fill you up pretty well. So what I can do, even though it's kind of ridiculous, even though I'm not allowed to fight them per se due to my alignment, I can eat its corpse after my dog kills it. Actually, I got to be careful though, because what I find is these kind of humanoid types with weapons, they're the ones that often wind up killing your dog, and I'm a little afraid he's not really. He's still a little dog, right? Oh, he's a tame dog. That means he's like mid-level. All right, I guess I'll let him continue the fight. There we go. Oh, but he ate the corpse before I could. It's still okay though, because the dwarf will have a pickaxe, most likely. And now I'm getting hungry. While he's eating the corpse. He's eating. Get out of here! I want to eat the corpse. Didn't work that way. He doesn't have a pickaxe either. Oh well. Okay, well I'm hungry and I don't have any dwarf to eat. Come on, Hachi. We're going downstairs. I'm gonna lose him, aren't I? Come on. Stupid dog. I don't have a leash, do I? No, that would be a tool down here. I don't have that. Hachi's been a pain lately. Come on. Probably just the same following algorithm as always, but I'm just impatient tonight. But I don't know, sometimes they do behave differently. You wonder if something's different. Like, oh, is he a little bit on the hungry side, so he's not following? Or maybe because maybe since he upgraded from a little dog to a dog, his behavior varies a little bit. Anyway, let's eat some gnomes. Yay! Now that little little tidbit I just did there. The gnome was right here. Sorry, I'll make it. Let's do it. The gnome was right here. And I'm on top of one. It might have been here, I don't remember. I could have moved up to advance and attack it, but I'm standing on a gnome corpse. And what I didn't want to happen is for my dog to move where I'm standing and just spend some time chowing down on the corpse, because I want the corpse. And also, while he's eating, he won't help in combat. So that's the kind of a tactic you have to use sometimes, is just to prevent your dog or your cat from eating random corpses. But now I will eat the random corpse. All right, I'm no longer hungry. I'm hungry again. That's funny how that worked. Crossbow, yeah, don't worry about crossbows usually. Not as a samurai. I'm all about regular bows. I think I'm gonna finish exploring this corner actually. Yeah. And do I want Hachi to attack the dwarf? Yeah, I guess he can go for it. Well, I don't know. He might be a little beat up from the last battle. Let's move on. Assuming he doesn't get into trouble by himself, he might. Come on, Hachi. There we go. A white gem, sure. A lot of these random gems are just worthless glass, and you don't know until you identify. There are some tricks. I think you can I'll show you one of the tricks that I don't know all the details of. It's capital E is to engrave, and you can write with a gem. I'll probably have to look this up for how exactly it works. But it'll there are some of the messages it gives you when you write in the ground can vary, and it kind of gives you hints about the hardness of the gem. What do you want to write in the dust here? Test. Okay. So if I want to actually understand the mechanics of doing that, I'll need to look it up. And there should be a section identifying. You know, you can use a touchstone, which must be blessed to perform a formal identification. So what I can do is check if that gray stone I have happens to be a touchstone. Yeah, let's look up engraving though. The hardness can easily be tested by trying to engrave with gems on the dungeon floor. If you engrave in the dust, which is what my message was, the gem is soft. If you scratch the floor itself, the gem is hard. Of the remaining groups of soft gems, you can throw one of each at a cross-aligned... I don't care about the unicorns right now. Okay, so basically, I know it is one of the soft gems, which is... Was there a list of them? One of them is probably glass. Here you go. Here's the whole table of gems. Yeah. So the soft... Pretty sure what glass is soft. Right? All the worthless glass, which is what most of them are early on, are soft. It's most likely one of them, but it could be something better. All right, so it doesn't really tell me much. And what I could do is name it as soft, just to keep track of my inventory. I don't know if I care too much. Like this game lets you get really, you know, you can really spend a lot of time organizing your inventory and everything. I could give this the name of soft. I give this a name of whatever happens when I write with that one. Let's try it. Add to the current engraving, sure. Writing in the dust, so it's another soft one. Soft. All right, let's try this gray stone. Let's try applying it. What do you want to rub on the stone? That sounds promising. It might be a touchstone. Let's use the blue gem. You make blue scratch marks on the stone, huh? Well, now we have to figure out how that works. Over to the touchstone. A valuable gem will leave streaks of that gem's color on an uncursed touchstone, while worthless glass will leave instead scratch marks. So there you go. It's worthless glass. Rubbing either type of gem on another. Oh, I don't know. I don't know. I have a touchstone. Rubbing either type of gem on another gray stone will leave colored scratch marks. Wait, did it say colored or scratch marks? Blue scratch mark. Yeah, so it's not a touchstone. It's something else. So we can do, what we can do is we can write on it. Well, first let's see if we can drop it. We can. So we can name it not touch or load. So we know it's not a touchstone. We know it's not a lodestone. It could be merely a flintstone. And what is the other option? A luckstone. A luckstone would be nice. I'm scratching it up though, apparently. Okay, no big deal. Let's eat this gnome lord. Yummy, yummy. It's kind of funny once they're dead. It's not just, it doesn't just revert to being a generic gnome. It's specifically his job. You eat the gnome lord corpse. Okay, Hachi ate that gnome. I'm hungry for gnomes. And I'm kind of hoping, by the way, along the way, I might find some food rations or something. In addition to eating corpses of gnomes. The gnome wields 2 daggers, and you feel your magical energy drain away. That's a trap. You kill the gnome. Welcome to level 7. Cool. Oh, I'm slowing down because I'm getting greedy with my inventory. Probably want to chuck daggers. I mean, yeah, I just picked up some daggers because they were there, but I don't really need a huge inventory of daggers. For some character classes, it's great to do that if they don't really have a good teleport trap. If they don't really have a good alternate means of missile weapons. But I have a bow and arrow, or as they call it for samurai, a yumi, and ya. One nice thing about tossing daggers around though is you don't have to wield it. I have to waste an action wielding my bow, or actually maybe I don't have to. I'm trying to remember how this works. If you have, I have to test this right now, but if you have an alternate weapon defined like I do right now, you can press the X key to swap hands essentially, or swap maybe hands is not the right way to put it, but you swap your alternate with your primary. For some reason, I think that might be a free action, so I'm going to test it right now because I'm not entirely sure. I'm going to press X. I didn't see my dog move, so I think it was free. I'll do X again. It would be a, there's a way to like turn on the turn counter at the bottom, but I don't remember how to do that. That would be good to have because you can see while a turn has passed rather than trying to look at whether your dog moved, basically. Confirm dark room, blah, blah, blah. Hit point bar. Let's try on the hit point bar. Null. What is null about? Time. That might be it. Yeah, look, I turned on time, and now you can see down here I've taken 5,012 turns. I also turned on my hit point bar, so it's like a meter. It helps you kind of visually see how healthy you are. Okay, so I have to, remember to save these settings in my config file so I don't have to do this every time I load the game. That's something I say every time I play, and then I forget to do it when I stop playing. So this actually area you can see is lit up. Not all of the gnomish mines is dark, just some of it. I don't know what kind of trouble my dog's getting into. I think he's around here somewhere. Kill the lichen or lichen, however you want to say it. Some more stairs. Something interesting looking here. A gnocchi, thank you. Well, I'm burdened, but I might as well eat it. Oh, you know what? I had another one. I mean, it doesn't really hurt you to go around hungry. I'm going hungry, but I generally don't like to. I'll eat one of the gnocchi I have. Okay. But it's good to have another one. Random blue gem. And what I'm looking at right now is it stacking with my other blue gem? No, it's in a separate slot. So now we can try that thing I always forget I have called adjust. And we can see if it'll let me stack them. I think it won't if they are different types. Oh no, it just swaps them. Just swap the letters from G and B. I don't know. I don't know how to use that apparently. Something I should learn. I'm still learning stuff. Magic marker is actually a great object that I just randomly found. It is if you look at your identifications, now kind of most of the warrior types have all the weapons identified, but let's get past all that and armor as well. But the scrolls, right? If you get a scroll of blank, whatever they call it, a blank piece of paper, if you have a magic marker, you can write any of the ones you know. You just make them. It's quite a powerful tool. You can make scrolls of blank paper if you have any random scroll and you dip it in water. It makes the ink run off. So, yeah, it's quite powerful. And I kind of already know some of the ones that I love to write, which are identify, at least up until I have pretty much everything identified, enchant weapon, and enchant armor. Because, you know, it's always critical to get those weapons and armor beefed up as much as possible. So yeah, that's something to think about next. I mean, a scroll of light, for example, is pretty meh. So if I find a fountain, and I do know where some are on the map already, I think you can dip into it. I'm trying to think if you have to dip into a potion of water. Probably not. I think you can dip it into a fountain. Make a scroll of blank paper. Let's take a quick look. I kind of feel slightly ashamed that I can't remember all these things because I played the game so much. But there is just so much to the game. Right. Scroll and spell books will blank. Yeah, okay. Well, you can see that there's an effect for pretty much everything. Potions dilute, iron objects rust. you just make them wet. You make a random, iron chain. You dip it into a fountain and suddenly it's rusty. Lit objects go out. Grease washes off. I would think you need soap along with the grease, but let's not nitpick Nethack. Anyway, oh yeah, sometimes you can trigger a magical thing as you're doing the dipping in the fountain. That's the only thing. Which could be like you summon a water demon or endless stream of snakes pour forth. This is like the early level character killer, these snakes from the fountain. You gotta watch out for that one. They're called water moccasins. I think I could probably handle them at the level I'm at. But yeah, they kill many a newbie who is like recklessly drinking from fountains. Alright, so that's pretty much this level. I could try to have Hachi kill the dwarf again. Do you want to kill that dwarf, Hachi? It would be nice to get I'm starting to get to the point where I'm going to become a pack rat, and that's a problem. I'm thinking I could kill him, and, there's always a good chance these dwarves have a pickaxe. But I'm not. It's like one of the heaviest objects, maybe not in the game, but it's quite a heavy object. And then I'll be like, oh, what do I want to drop? I'll have to worry about all that stuff. Anyway, maybe we should just move on. Oh, it looks like Hachi doesn't want to move on. He's gonna fight this dwarf. Come on, man, let's just go. Oh, here's the downstairs, actually. No, don't go back to the dwarf. Come down. You descend down this. Yeah, now we're in the dark. This is where it's gonna get ugly. I'm in the dark. I don't have a light source. Clear potion. That's cool. That's water. Remember we were talking about how important obtaining holy water is. Now the problem is I gotta dump crap. Yeah, again, this is where I have to, use the Marie Kondo techniques. What is bringing me joy here? Well, Gray Swan Deer will bring me joy in the future when I'm carving up demons with it. Definitely want to keep all this armor. Oh shit. What the fuck just happened? I must have something set up that dragging things in a mouse will somehow make some kind of action happen. I don't know what it did. I'm wielding my wand of speed somehow. I think I copied and pasted stuff, so it like interpreted it as commands. I have to see if I actually did anything. Looks like most of them were invalid commands, like you can't eat that, you can't read. Appears to be no shopkeeper. Oh my goodness. All right, I think I'm good. I don't think anything terrible happened, like drinking random potions by accident. But I did unwield my katana by accident, so let's wield that again. You got to be careful of things like that in this game. I just copied and pasted a bunch of text accidentally. Anyway, right, I'm burdened. First potion of oil. Might just dump that. Potions are on the heavy side in this game. And that is something I could dilute and try to make into holy water eventually, but I think it would still retain its cursed status if I dilute it. So it might take multiple steps of blessing, in other words. I don't know. I think I'm just gonna dump some more daggers. Can't drop one. I just D1V. Oh, something's zapping a wand of magic missile at me. That's not great. It hit me, and I'm already down like 23 hit points. This is not good. Let's First of all, we got to get unburdened now, even if it's not the object that we ultimately want to drop. We don't want to be fighting at like half the speed or whatever it is, some fraction of the speed, because we're pack rats. So let me dump for now. Let's say daggers, potions of oil. That should be good, probably. Okay, now I'm unencumbered. Let's kill the gnome lord. All right, I'm assuming that's who tried to zap me. We can look at the space. Yeah, an oak wand, that must be the magic missile wand. And also look at that, a scroll of enchant weapon, always valuable. And also a delicious gnome lord for my tummy tum. I hear noises, meaning my dog is fighting somebody. All right, let's get the scroll of enchant weapon, an oak wand. We want random arrows. I do use bow, but I'm not sure how the yaw differ from arrows. They're like separate. So let's take a quick look. It could be they're better or something. A lot of fantasy role-playing games, when they have like an Asian character and Asian weapons, they make the Asian stuff a little bit better. Like yaw is a bamboo arrow that does 1d7. Oh, look at that. As a samurai firing Ya from a Yumi, I get a +1 multi-shot bonus. Yeah, so they're better than a regular arrow for me, basically. And the regular arrow does 1d6 as opposed to 1d7. I might want to have a small stockpile of regular arrows just so for lesser enemies I can use those first. But again, you have to avoid pack ratting too much in this game. It's a really hard thing to do. But I see the opportunities like, well, I can have all these arrows and it would help. And now, oh, okay, I was gonna say now I'm burdened, but I'm not. But I will be burdened when I pick up this stuff again. Maybe I will leave the cursed potion of oil, but I want to move them off the stairs. And why is that? Just so I can see the staircase symbol better. Without that, there is kind of a pain. You'll just see the objects instead. All right, so let's drop. Daggers is not really my first choice of what to drop. Let's start with that cursed potion of oil. Okay, so I'm still burdened. It would be really nice to get my strength up so I can carry more. Speaking of that, I could go back up and I'm trying to think of how I want to play this. Basically, I could get some things blessed. I could get the clear potion blessed upstairs at the altar, basically, and then dip something cool into it, like the gain ability potion, and therefore get all my abilities incremented by 1. That would be nice. I have 2 of these wire rings, whatever they do. I could drop 1. The rings are pretty light, though. Potions are quite heavy. Now, there is, I forget if this is mods of the game only or if there's a built-in way to see the weight of everything. So let me look at that a little bit. Weight? No, not W. Yeah, it might be in some of the forks I've played. It's nice to be able to see the number of the weight. Like, you know, this weighs 60, this weighs 1. So you're not guessing so much. All right. Yeah, I gotta, you know, not be a packer. Maybe I will just dump some daggers. I don't know. I do want to keep some potions. I want to keep scrolls. Let's dump one of the rings, even if it's super light. Who cares about that wire ring thing? It's not something that's giving me an effect like +3 to something. I don't know what it does, but it's probably not something that I have to worry about stacking. So I think it's safe to dump. The gems don't usually weigh that much. It'd be nice if I knew if they were glass or not so I could dump them. I guess I'll have to get into dumping some of the arrows and or daggers, perhaps. Maybe I'll just not go with daggers. Because I can, remember I think we determined I can switch to the bow without even worrying about wasting an action. And now that I have the turn marker thing down here, I can confirm that for sure. So here I go pressing X to exchange. Oh, I did use a turn. All right. So, I mean, there is a case to be made in a really tight combat that be able to just throw a dagger. But nonetheless, I'm going to just go with it. I'm going to go with dumping the daggers. Because they do it, for some reason, they really add up. I don't know what the weight of an individual one is. You think, you know, it feels like intuitively like having a stack of them wouldn't be a big deal, but it is. It does tend to be a big burden if you're not careful. All right. So we got some pack rat stuff out of the way. Elven Mithril. I think the splint mail is better, but let's take a look at it. The Elven Mithril might be lighter. So it grants you 5 points of armor class, special magic cancellation 2. All right, as opposed to the splint mail, which gives me. Oops, I entered the wrong URL. I got cocky and was like, I could just enter the name in the URL. Yeah, that was supposed to be lowercase for the mail, M in mail. Okay, so that gives me 6 armor class and magic cancellation 1. Its weight is 400 versus the Mithril is 150. So I forget how magic cancellation works. Certain non-damaging effects caused by a monster using a contact making attack. Yeah, I think it's generally advised to get MC3 before you go too far in the game. But it's kind of a tough debate. For one thing, I don't know if this Elven Mithril coat has any enchantments or curses. And since I'm kind of already at my carrying limit, I don't know if I want to carry it around randomly. I mean, it would definitely be good for my weight situation. It would be, it weighs 150 as opposed to 400 for the splint mail. You know, I'm going to take a leap of faith and try it on randomly. Hopefully it's not cursed in negative, you know, 1 or something. It probably won't be blessed. It could be. Rust proof doesn't apply because it's mithril. It doesn't rust anyway, I think. Let me just verify. You can look at the material mithril. It is immune to erosion, but will hinder spellcasting. I don't really care about that. They're the lightest such suits of body armor for the protection they provide. 6 and 5 base. Oh, the Dwarvish is better, along with MC3. Now, the other page said it provides MC2. So that seemed a little bit wrong. One of them is wrong. I don't know. All right, I'm gonna go for that leap of faith and see how it goes. Kind of hate leaving my slightly beefed up splint mail behind, but let's try it. You know, as I've played this game enough, I know that this is just like the crucial. For one thing, it's crucial to have all the good stuff you can without getting too much garbagey clutter. But it's also good to never be burdened. So reducing my armor weight by 250, you know, from 400 to 150 will help me a lot in the carrying capacity department. So I'll take off the cloak of protection, take off the splint mail. Did I pick up the elven mithril coat? No, I did not. Okay, again, this is a leap of faith. I can't necessarily advise this as a general strategy. Random armor, it can be so bad. It can be cursed and minus whatever. Here we go. I'm doing it. Okay, it added 5 or subtracted 5 from my armor class, meaning it's +0 and therefore unlikely to be cursed. I can take it off to confirm it's not cursed. Oh, I'm getting daggers thrown out. This is the problem of doing tricks like this. Now I'm unarmored essentially, and something is throwing daggers at me. And it takes some turns to put on armor. Maybe I can put on a cloak of protection more quickly. Okay, I got that on at least. Let's try to deal with whatever's bothering me. There it is, a gnome lord again. Oh, I'm hitting with my bow. Great. Step away for a moment. Switch to katana. Pass, pass. Oh, shit. What is this? This is like a snow leopard or something? A lynx. Okay, I'm burdened. So first of all, let's unburden ourselves. We don't want to be burdened. Drop that splint armor. Now you may wonder, why didn't I spend the action just putting on the armor instead of an action to drop it? It's because putting on armor takes a lot of actions. I forget the number, but it's a lot more than one. Anyway, as you can see, this lynx does a lot of attacks. Let's hit it. Shit. Okay, I gotta think. I have to decide at what point do I want to do my Hail Mary and what's kind of literally the Hail Mary and pray. One, two, let's do like 3. Yeah. I'm gonna try one more attack. I killed it, but something's still tossing daggers at me. Shit. Gnome Lord hits. I think it'd be hand to hand. 2 hit points. I gotta pray against the Gnome Lord. This is crap. Do I have any healing? Not really. I mean, I could step down and to the right. Let him come to me, get a good smacking. I feel like there's a good chance I'll kill him. But then it's, do I want to fool around with 2 hit points, right? One false move. Or if I miss that attack and I'm pretty much done probably. I think it's been long enough since I last prayed to pray again. Although my personal sense of time is a little bit warped since I played this game last week or 2 weeks ago. So in other words, it could be more, could have been more recent than I feel like. But I would bet it's safe to pray. I don't know. I think I'm gonna have to do that, unfortunately. All right, let's do it. I'm gonna use a prayer. Begin praying to Amaterasu Omikami. You are surrounded by a shimmering light, which is a good thing. He'll get mad if you do it, you know, and not if you wait too long. I mean, don't wait long enough. He'll get mad and either do nothing or could even do a negative effect if you push it too much. The Gnome Lord starts to attack you, but pulls back. Again, finish your prayer. Whew. You feel that Amaterasu Omikami is well pleased. You feel much better. All right, 65 hit points once again. Oof. And now I killed it in 1 hit, so I could have just done that. But, you know, you never know. You never know how the dice are going to roll. Fluffy Bubble says, oh, man, I wish I was playing right now, and asks, have you ever had a decent run at a tourist before? It's been a while since I seriously tried at a tourist, but I think I had okay-ish runs. I never got to, like, the end game or, you know, or Gehenna. But if you're really careful and know what you're doing, you can do pretty well with a tourist. Actually, some of the advanced players like tourists the best. Or maybe to some degree it's the challenge of it, but you can you know, they start with tons of food. You can just You can even do tricks. You know, food is the timer in this game, right? Your hunger mechanic is the timer. So if you start with tons of food, you can do silly things like exercise. Because the game is always keeping track of your exercising and your abuse of your stats. And one thing you can do to exercise your strength is pushing a boulder around. So that's a trick I've done as a tourist. I just push a boulder around for a while. Hey, I leveled up some strength. And you can do stuff like that. It's kind of silly and not exactly fun to do, though. That's the thing. Um, but yeah, I've done all right with the tourist, I guess. All right, let's eat this gnome lord, or Hachi does so. Oh, we got another dog here. Now, is it two new dogs, or one is Hachi and one is a new dog? Large dog and Hachi. Okay. So, well, here's the thing. The dog's gonna attack me most likely. Well, actually, it can look. It's yeah, it doesn't say tame or friendly or peaceful, so it's gonna attack me. Fluffy says, I think they have pretty good stat potential. Yeah, they have like a good they're like very versatile. They're almost like it's almost like a level 0 character. I don't know if anyone remembers that. There was this rule in I remember playing it once with my brother running the game in the second edition AD&D, where you could start as a level 0 character, which is you have a lot of control over how you shape their advancement. Basically, that's kind of what I think of a tourist as. Anyway, the problem at hand is a large dog is upon me. You can tame them, and I will have 2 dogs if I throw this Gunyoki at him right now. But that's my only Gunyoki. I could try to pick up this. I think I have a partially eaten gnome corpse on me. It's probably too heavy for me to throw. So I'm not going to try that. I might just have to go toe to toe with the large dog. They can actually mess you up pretty good, though. I feel like I would survive. It always sucks, though, because I know I can have 2 dogs. That's it. It's also hard to manage more than one dog. I mean, you can manage a few pets, but it gets harder if you don't have leashes. Anyway, given that I only have my own Kunyo, well, if you guys in the chat want to vote for what I do, feel free. But I'm kind of leaning towards not tossing in the Gunyogi. I could use it as a failsafe if I am going to get killed by this dog. And again, I didn't get to put on my armor yet, so I still just have the cloak of protection on and the helmet and the iron shoes. Yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to fight the dog, and if it comes down to it, I'll toss in the Gunyoki. Sorry, dog. Okay, bites. Hit him, he misses. I kill her. I hate to do that. I feel so bad. You could have been my new pet. Shit, now I got crossbow bolts being shot at me. Even gnomish mind, they can get deadly. There's all these gnomes and shit throwing daggers, firing crossbows. Here's an orange at least. What that's for. Let's put on the damn armor though. I need your help. No, he's eating the other dog, this bastard. I'll be a cannibal. I think he's eating it. If I chat with him, well, I'm not going to waste a turn chatting. What did I just do by accident? I think I toggled something. Automatic description is off. How did I do that? I don't want that. I don't want it off. I didn't even know that was a thing. What did I typo? D? No, let's drop. Okay, time to look at the list of commands. Just because I don't want auto description turned off. So I was trying to hit like around, basically somewhere around the left home key. I was trying to hit C. And I hit something near that made my auto descriptions turn off. What is this? Take off all. No, that's a bad one. I hit accidentally. Yeah, not on this screen, it seems. Open, pay, put on, cough, quiver, read, remove, search, throw, take off, wield, wear, exchange to. I don't think it's any of these. Up, down. How did I do that? Far look. I might hit one of these. What was it? Auto description? Maybe I should just search on the wiki for auto description or something, or Google for automatic description Nethack. Yeah, it's one of the options. Auto describe. Somehow I did like here we go. Somehow I did this hashtag thing, auto or pound sign auto describe. I think that's what it's telling. No. It's an option in here it's saying. Yeah, auto describe C. How did I do that? I went into this. Alright, whatever. I'm turning it back on. I think it worked. Yep, it worked. Alright, cool. What the hell am I doing? So let's get this Elven Mithril coat on. Take off. Cloak. Wear. Mithril. Cool, it's on. Wear. Cloak and protection. Alright. So it's a little worse armor class wise than the +1 splint mail. It's worse by 2. But I do get magic cancellation and better carrying capacity. And hopefully once I level up my strength a bit more later, I can have better carrying capacity. Get out of the way, dog. Let's get this maple wand. Oh, one of these was magic missile. Was it? I think it was the oak. I'm gonna name it. Pretty sure, magic missile. All right, we can test that out in a bit. Hachi's picking up random random daggers. It does kind of suck to walk around here in the dark. I don't know. Cloud of gas. I could use a scroll of light for the heck of it. But that would just light up a little area like something like, I don't know, like this maybe. That's why they're good fodder for dipping, turning into blank paper. But yeah, this is not ideal at all. Oh, teleport trap, okay. What's that, some spider? Giant spider, sure. Can handle that at least. Now I think these are one of the potentially poison resistance granting things. But they might poison you as well. Cave spider, giant spider, yeah. So they're at 33% chance of granting it, but they will poison me in the process. Kind of sucks. It's going to damage my strength, isn't it? I don't like that at all. Yeah, they will cause 1 to 15 hit points and 1 to 4 strength loss when eaten. I don't want to lose strength. I don't care about the 1 to 4. I mean, the 1 to 15 hit points right now. And this is different from poison. Eating a poison. Sorry, poisoning from eating a poisonous corpse is different from food poisoning. That's the worst thing. Food poisoning. Avoiding poison. High magic cancellation protects against poisonous bites and stings, but not poisonous weapons. So if you remember the MC stat when I was looking up the Elvish mithril coat, that gives me some magic cancellation, basically. I don't think I want to eat this. It's 1 in 3rd chance. And how do you actually treat it? Yeah, it says over here. I think you need like a potion of restorability, or yeah, a unicorn horn. Yeah. Since I have none of those right now, I'm not going to do it. That's not good. I don't want to wander around like with strength 4 or something. Strength decreased by 4, meaning it would be 11. All right, so let's keep exploring. And again, I got teleported over there, and doggies around here somewhere. Random ring mail. Hachi's fighting something. Stumble into a spider web. From the spider I just killed, obviously. What's this trap? A magic trap. Oh, that thing has weird effects. Some of them are good even. I just don't want to mess with it. I think one of them is you gain a charisma, which is very strange, but it has many possible magic effects. Magic resistance will not help you. Yeah, so 3.3% chance. Magical explosion destroys the trap. 43.5% chance. It creates 1 to 4 monsters around the trap, blinds you and deafens you. So you're essentially surrounded by some monsters and you can't even see them. Nothing happens. Same effect as fire trap. I don't like that. 6 different odd feeling messages with no effect. Charisma increase, uncurse, warn, and wheeler items and lone stone. That could be nice, but this is not something you want to mess with. What you can do is if you're ever sure that you can handle like the fire trap, in other words, nothing of yours is going to burn, and you're powerful enough to deal with that. You can just keep like, and if you think you're powerful enough to deal with all the monsters it creates, you can just kind of keep stepping into it and hoping to gain charisma once in a while. But it will eventually blow up, which is 3.3% chance and a 4.8% chance for the charisma increase. It also tames adjacent monsters. Tame means not tame doesn't just mean they won't kill you. It means they're your pet. So that's actually kind of cool too. Become your pet. All right. So yeah, we want to meet up with our doggy again. And again, I don't like wandering around in the dark, but I don't know. I'm kind of enjoying the mines nonetheless. And again, it would be nice to have more food. Story of my samurai life, apparently. The orange I have is basically nothing. I just know that from experience. It's just not very filling. And if you look up real quick, again, I keep looking at the wiki because it's just so valuable for explaining things. If you look at a food ration, it will give you 800 nutrition points, which is, it's kind of an arbitrary number, but that's how much it fills you. So if you look at another food like the orange I will show you, you'll see how much less it actually fills you up. 80. So it's only 1/10 of a food ration, essentially. Okay. That's actually a little more than I expected. I expected it to be like a 1% or 2% of a food ration. But still, it's like if you're hungry, the game just tells you, oh, you're hungry now. You eat an orange or something, then something like 10 turns later, okay, you're hungry again. At least it feels like that short of a time. It's probably a bit longer than that. Turns go extremely quickly in this game. Okay. So here's how we should connect back to where Hachi is. Yeah. There he is. How you doing, boy? He yips. He will whine if he's not in good shape or he's hungry or something. What does it say? Whimper. Orange gem, sure. Huh. Some more gems, arrows, darts. Oh, something's throwing a potion at me. The jar crashes on your head and breaks into shards. The yellow potion evaporates. Something seems to be holding you. That's paralysis, probably. And nothing hurt me after that, fortunately. But I was about ready to say that it's a good thing that even though I'm paralyzed, my dog can fight on my behalf. However, nothing actually attacked me after that. It could be it had a very brief duration, like 1 turn or something. Where is this thing? Maybe the dog killed whatever was battling me. You hear some noises. All right, dog is fighting someone. This damn gnome lord. There's a lot of that, by the way, in the gnomish mines. They're zapping random wands at you. They're throwing potions at you. All this kind of crap. So that's one reason why it can be pretty dangerous. A trident, I don't want. A tin, I do want. A tin, it's like, like a can of food. Probably the best tin is spinach, which permanently increases your strength because it makes you feel like you guessed it. Popeye. Da, 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 da. Some of them are bad. Now, when you eat a tin, it'll tell you what it smells like. It's often like the corpse of a monster in the game. Like, this smells like jackals. And it'll say, eat it, yes or no. You go, sure, it's safe to eat jackals. You hit yes. But then it might say you consume, deep fried jackals. And now because it's deep fried, your hands are covered in oil. You keep dropping your weapon. So you have to wipe them off on a towel or something like that. Oh, Nethack is so silly sometimes. And my dog is trying to kill this dwarf. I bet he's going to succeed. Where is it? Leave that dwarf alone. Yeah, so I'm collecting a lot of gems. Probably 90% of them are glass. Or I don't really have enough to say 90% exactly, but that's probably an overestimate. Maybe 60, 70% are glass. Dwarvish Cloak, Iron Shoes, Dagger. I could see if this random pair of Iron Shoes is better than what I got. As always, there's the risk of cursed. I'll give it a try, though, because I'm feeling like that. Okay, so my armor class, look at the bottom, is -2. And I'm taking off W. Now it's 0. And I'm putting on Z. Oh, it's -1 and therefore probably cursed. All right, I mean, that's how it goes when you play these games. But eventually I'll find a scroll of remove curse and it'll uncurse everything you have on that's cursed. And even some things that are just in your possession, I think. Oh, you fall into a pit. You land on a set of sharp iron spikes. All right, hey, on 2 unlabeled scrolls, that's nice. That's worth a spike to the chest. Hachi's fighting again. He's probably trying to kill dwarves again. How you doing? Still hanging in there after battling dwarves? Yeah, yep, I'm happy. Thanks for the likes we've collected so far on the stream. We got 3 likes. So I salute you, likers. Oh, there's a unicorn, and it is lawful because if it were neutral, it would be gray. And if it were chaotic, it would be black. Look at it like this, a peaceful white unicorn. Now, you can throw gems at them and it makes your alignment better. But I think if you throw glass at them, something bad happens. And I don't know what is glass and what isn't. First of all, if you kill a unicorn of your own alignment, it carries a heavy luck penalty. So you don't want to do that. Eating them, though, if something else happens to kill them, like my dog, I can eat it safely and get a 27% chance of poison resistance. Unicorns and gems. Yeah, how does this nonsense work? Throwing any gem to any hostile unicorn will make it peaceful. Okay, well, mine is friendly. Tamed unicorn. Mine is peaceful but not tamed. A tamed unicorn will catch and immediately drop gems thrown at it without any effect on luck or identification. Unicorns also pick up any gems and stones they come across, worthless or not. If a gem is worthless, glass, a rock, or a gray stone, it will not affect your luck. That's good to know. And the unicorn will either graciously accept it or not be interested in your junk. If it is valuable, a co-aligned unicorn gratefully keeps the gem and improves your luck. All right. Yeah, so it's good for sorting out worthless glass, which was the conclusion I had just drawn. So what I can do is, just throw some gems at it. I might lose a couple valuable ones, but identification in and of itself is hugely valuable in this game. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to throw gems at it. And hopefully some of them will be treated as junk. And I will know that I don't need that anymore. In fact, I can name the entire type of gem as worthless glass. And therefore, keep it out of my inventory forever. It tends to be the ones that you find more of are the glass. So like I would bet, I would put $20 down right now that three orange gems are worthless glass. I could be wrong, and I'd be out $20, but let's try it. Throw a capital U. Catches the orange gem. Graciously accepts your gift. Okay, so that could be either one, right? I don't know the odds, but it sounds like it's, something like a 50-50 chance. Oh, you know what? I don't know if there's a typo in the wiki, but graciously, for junk, it's either graciously accept it or not interested in your junk. But if it's valuable, it'll say gratefully, which is not the same thing as graciously. I'm thinking I'm going to take it at its word. I'm going to take the wiki at its word. But it could be that, it's supposed to be graciously, and I don't know if I gave it junk or not. But I'm going to take it at its word. So that was junk. And you may notice it teleported away. I forgot about that part. So, I would have to find it again. Actually, I have a power that I've been neglecting. Is I can just put on a blindfold. Because I have the telepathy ability, I will see everything on the level. Anything with a brain. So I can see there is a dwarf here and a unicorn here. So let's walk over to the unicorn. I will do so while blindfolded. This can be dangerous if you don't really have the level mapped up. You might fall into a trap or something. All right, hello. Oh, we teleported. They'd like to teleport away. I should have actually stopped and not tried to be next to it. I don't know why I was doing that. You don't need to be next to it. You just need to be lined up with it. Can't go that way. By the time I get there, you might teleport away again. Here we go. Okay, I'm going to take off my blindfold, and I think it's gone. No, it's just out of sight. Oh, he's stuck in the spider web, I think. Anyway, we're going to throw a... I guess we've decided the orange gems are worthless because it said graciously. Let's try the red gem. That's capital R. Catches a red gem. Gratefully accepts your gift. Ah. Okay, let's start naming these things. Type of object. I mean, I don't know the specific kind, but I'm going to say it's not glass. And we should do the same for the one that we know is glass. Worthless piece of orange glass. Maybe I should name it Philip Glass. That would be funny. Drop you. Yeah. Okay, let's put on the blindfold again and track down the unicorn. He's right there. Right around the corner. Remove the blindfold. Where is he now? Put it on again. I lost him. Oh, did he go down the stairs? Did they do that? I think the unicorn went down the stairs. Now that jerk. And part of the problem of operating in the dark like I'm doing is you can't see anything 2 spaces away. So I don't get to see any messages like, the unicorn goes down the stairs. And let's get Hachi and move down. Go down the stairs again. Come here, Hachi. Oh, straw golem. Okay. It's a golem made of straw. They're the weakest golem in the game, I think. They don't give you anything cool. Paper golems are nice because they give you a lot of scrolls of blank paper. The noises in this. He's trying to keep the stupid dog is trying to kill this dwarf, and they aren't resolving their battle. I just kind of want to move on. Put on the blindfold again. Looks like he killed the dwarf because I don't see any dwarf here anymore. Or the dwarf ran up the stairs. Sometimes they do that. And not every monster will do these things. They're just kind of the smart humanoid types generally. I guess maybe it's not. Maybe it doesn't have to do with humanoid, but maybe their intelligence. And the random cat that appeared, the F over there, feline. Once again, I don't really have food to give. I mean, I could throw an orange at it. I think with fruit, it won't hate you anymore. It'll become peaceful. If you find a dog or cat and throw food at it, fruit at it specifically. Cool, I just gained strength. You feel strong. You must have been exercising diligently. Yeah, that's what I was saying about, like, if you exercise your attributes, they increase once in a while. And I was saying how if you're a tourist, you can spend a lot of time pushing a rock around. I'm not sure specifically why mine went up. I think it's generally if you engage in a lot of combat, your strength will increase. With these multiple scrolls of unlabeled paper and a clear potion, I mean, I could take a break and try to get some blessed scrolls made and the blessed potion of gain ability. I mean, I guess I could use more potions before I attempt that. So let me maybe I'll try to stockpile a few potions and then try some of that trickery where I will convert the potions to water, get them blessed. I could dip scroll of enchant weapon. I could write another scroll of enchant weapon after dipping the unlabeled scroll to make it blessed first. There's some real potential in some of the stuff I have right now. Anyway, right now though, we need to not get attacked by a cat and get my dog to go down the stairs. Okay, a house cat. Yeah, I'm going to throw the orange at it, which it shouldn't eat, but it'll stop attacking me. Yeah, now he's friendly. He's like, oh, you gave me an orange. I mean, I'm not really into fruit, but I won't attack you anymore. You seem nice. It was a good gesture, right? That said, my dog might go head to head with that kitty if I can find it. Hey, come on, doggy. I just want to go down the level, but it might attack the cat. Yeah, this is hard when you can't see and you don't have a leash for your dog. Come on. I'll go blindfolded. Come on, doggo. Come on. Follow me. Come on, this way. This way. Hachi, come on. You're being a pain. A random rock mole appeared over here. I need a leash, man. Unseen monster. What is it? I'm hitting search just to see if it attacks me. This means it's something without a brain. That's why I can't see it. Because my telepathy can only see things with brains. And the fact that it's not attacking me, it makes me think it's like a mold or something. So let's remove the blindfold. Yes, it is probably a shrieker or something like that. A shrieker. Now, as we saw earlier, Fluffy Bubbles, this is one of the creatures that can grant you poison resistance. So I'm going to kill it and hope for the best. It did not leave a corpse. All right. So that's no fun. No, I don't want to attack the house. I'm kind of feeling like, I don't know, maybe I'm at my limit for the gnomish mines for now. It's getting hard just to navigate, and I feel like I do have some decent opportunities to bless things, get some enchantments going. You know, magic marker, unlabeled scrolls, a match made in heaven, clear potion, and I still feel like I'd want to get more blessed potions first. I mean, I can get one. Well, I mean, I can make this into water because oil's not that great. I can just make it into. Some people might argue you can make things. You can remove rust with it, but I don't really care that much. You can dip it into a fountain, dilute it, then do it again. It becomes water. This already is water. But as usual, the problem is, before I do these kind of like farming-like things, I do need to have a good supply of food. That's always the issue. Until it's not. But for me right now, it's always the issue. Actually, you know what I should do? I should read this random scroll. One of my hesitations after the immediately beginning of the game, the immediate beginning, I'm very reckless. I'll read all the scrolls in the world, but there is always a chance of randomly coming across a scroll of destroy armor, and you don't want that when you have good armor on. However, I can take off all my armor except the one cursed thing, and if it does happen to be a scroll of destroy armor, that works out nicely. So let's do that. I want to be near my dog just in case I'm caught naked in a battle, though. Wait, where the hell is my dog? Let's put on the blindfold to see where he is. Okay, so here I am. Oh, I might need to deal with this guy. It might be like a warjackal or something. Let's see. A warjackal. Yep, I called it. I don't want him catching me naked, and I don't want to be a warjackal myself. All right. I'm gonna kill this random rock mole. Hey, there's some money here. Take that rock mole, and I will eat it. Okay, that warjackal's coming my way. Let's put on my bow. I don't want to risk getting bitten. He turned into a jackal. Now I said I'll put on my bow because I don't want to risk getting bitten, because I'd rather shoot it from a distance rather than hand-to-hand it. This is not the toughest kind of lycanthrope by any means. But it can still get you. All right, here we go. I don't actually know what the range is on my bow, but I'm going to try it. Should I use regular arrows? I'm going to try those first, the garbage arrows. Okay, I don't know if I hit or not. Probably because I'm blindfolded. I used 2 of the arrows. Let's use K. I have a pile of 13 regular arrows. The arrow misses. Okay, at least it hit the square. Arrow hits it. Arrow hits it. Arrow hits it. Probably getting close to me at this point. You kill it. Whew. Okay, it wasn't that close. Word jackal corpse. I am not eating that. It would count it eating a human, which would be like a really bad sin in my god's eyes. I forget exactly what happens. It might like do the whole booming voice shouts you are cursed or something, and I don't know. What do I get, a ball and chain around my ankle, or it might affect my luck. Something like that. Very bad god thing happens, basically. Anyway, putting my blindfold back on, I'm going to head towards my dog once again for protection. Maybe go in this little dead-end-like place. Take off all my clothes, or my armor, really. Accept the cursed boots, and read the random scroll. Let me see something. Yeah, I already know enchant armor, so it's not going to be like that. It's not going to be like I waste an enchant armor on this crappy boots. But if it was, I think that uncurses it at the same time, so it would be good in a way. Anyway, not relevant. I have to take off my blindfold before I can read a scroll. It actually won't let me do that. I'm going to try it just for the fun of it. Oh, it works? It does work when you're blind? Okay, for some reason I thought you couldn't when you were blindfolded. Hold it, because that seems like one of the edge cases that Nethack would handle. Anyway, disappears. You found a scroll of stinking cloud. Okay. Well, that's not really going to help me. That lets you put a stinking cloud somewhere nearby. Oh, shit. But every space is illegal because I can't see. I guess it'll have to burn out. I hope I don't get myself, though, by accident, though. You smell rotten eggs. Okay. Let's get away from there. All right, so much for that. I mean, it wasn't a bad plan or anything. I was just kind of hoping it would be destroy armor. All right. So, yeah, do we want to backtrack? Honestly, I think I'm just going to keep going forward. It's just a matter of will my dog actually follow me? And look at that, another dog showed up. Dog on dog action going on. Okay, it's it. Well, Hachi grew up to become a large dog now, so he's the toughest kind of dog. And he's fighting a little dog, so unfortunately that little dog is going to eat it quickly. Or they'll break off the combat. Okay, oh, it's attacking me and I'm accidentally hitting it with my Yumi. Let's switch to the katana. Sorry, little dog, you're making me kill you. All right, come on, Hachi, come on, just come on. Now, I'm not, oh, a pickaxe, oh. It's a very useful tool. It's one of those things, though, that causes my inventory limit to be painful to deal with, and I struggle with it. All right, so it did not actually make me burden, so that's all right. But come on, Hachi, you got to follow me. It might actually be that because of the darkness, he's having trouble following me. I'm not sure. All right. Still have no. I have this partly used candle that's gonna burn out in like 2 seconds. But let's try it. Come on, Hachi. Look at that. He is following me better, I think. Yeah. So look at that. You know, it's hard understanding the logic of your pets, but I assume he can only see like one space away, like I can probably. So he needs the light of my candle. Let's take off my blindfold so I can actually see the radius. Yeah, you can see where the white is. That's the radius. That's the candle, basically. Kind of made it a little bit too wide on the left there, but like something like that. Come on, doggo. Stop fighting the cat. You're fighting like, oh, I get it, like cats and dogs. My candle's already running out, so we gotta move. Come on, bro. Come on. Get away from the cat. Okay, the candle's out. Gotta eat something soon. Getting to feel weak. Yeah, definitely gotta eat something. I guess I'll eat the gnocchi. Black, rotten food. All right. Yeah, Fluffy Bubble Desk. What's your thoughts on stashing pickaxes? I think they kind of weigh you down a lot more than they help. That's a great point, actually. Yeah. Yeah, you can always write down where you're stashing it, and then if you have a specific need for it, pick it up again. When I say write down, I mean it's like a way to annotate the levels. So I could say this one has a pickaxe, you know. So yeah, I guess if I become burdened, oh, I'm weak again because the freaking gunyoki was rotten. Great. All right, I'm gonna have to pop an arm. Oh, partly eaten gunyoki. Okay. This is kind of funny. The way it works is weird NetHack logic. It'll be good from here on out. In other words, the second part of the gunyoki will not be bad and make me pass out due to it being rotten. I don't know why. It's just NetHack logic. So I'm gonna eat that now. You finish eating the gunyoki, and look, I'm no longer weak with hunger. Okay. Yeah. So let's eat some gnomes. They're shooting crossbow bolts at me. Kill a gnome. Hachi bites the gnome. Gnome is killed. Kill that gnome. Okay, I'm gonna eat this gnome. Rotten one somehow. Hachi's eating another gnome. The gnome's bow shatters from the force of your blow. The gnome turns to flee. You kill a gnome. I'll eat you. Hachi's eating another gnome. I'll eat you. I hear an animal carcass being offered in sacrifice. Does that mean an altar? The dwarf is killed by Hachi. Unexpected draft. Someone praising. Oh, it's an opposing God's altar. Someone praising Susanoo. Does this mean like there's a temple or something? Actually, it might mean that. Yeah, something special's going on here. This is. Oh, this is this Mine Town? Oh, for some reason I didn't feel like I was. Yeah, this is Mine Town. For some reason I didn't feel like I was anywhere close to it. I guess I did go down a few levels. Yeah, we're in Mine Town. I think. You're gonna get in trouble, doggo. Wolf giving me some trouble. Then I just finished it off, and Hachi eats it right away. But yeah, it's definitely good to keep stashes, which is something I was always bad about in my early days of net hacking. And yeah, I especially like ever since they added the annotation feature, which is, I mean, I don't know how many years old at this point, but it's, relatively speaking, it's a newish feature. It's probably like 10 years old or so. Just go annotate and write whatever you want about the level. Or you can always just, you know, open a text file or your favorite editor and keep notes, or or imagine this, you could write it on a piece of paper. Crazy idea, huh? Welcome to Yumla's hardware store. Would you please leave your pickaxe outside? Yeah, they don't want you digging around with your pickaxe. It's a random mummy. Orc mummy. Gnome Lord. Eat him. All right, let's check out the hardware store. A leash. I could use a leash. Blindfold, a bag. Leash. Osaku. What is it, a lockpick? A really expensive bag. You know something's up with that one. So there are some magic bags in NetHack. There's the famous bag of holding that lets you carry a lot more, which is great. There's a bag of tricks, I think it's called, where you just every time you use it, some like a creature will come out, either good or bad. I think usually just, I don't know, just random. What else is there? There's cursed bags of holding. Anyway, I think I want to grab this one. Or steal this one. Oh, it said something about end its contents. It must have stuff in it. Let's see if the dog can even pick it up. Come on, doggy. There should be a food store on this level, which should be a nice thing to encounter. Come on, doggo. Just step in the store. Like a nice trained to steal doggo. A nice robber's helper. All right, picks up a bag. Let's do it. Run for it. Oh, random cat's gonna harass me, but that's okay. How are you, cat? I don't have food to give you. I'm sorry. Oh man, did it drop it like in the store? I think it might have. Winter wolf cubs. They can be a little bit of a pain. House cat's attacking me too. I should have just finished it off while it was by itself. Now, I think the winter wolf cubs might offer you cold resistance when you eat them, or a chance of it. Let's check that out. Yeah, 33% chance of cold resistance. That's good. I will eat them happily. Okay, there's one corpse. The other did not leave any. Don't attack the watchman, stupid Hatchie. I'm attacking this house cat just so he won't bother me while I'm trying to eat the winter wolf. Ah, another winter wolf. Shit. Yeah, I actually don't want to be blasted with cold because remember I was saying your potions can freeze. I don't want potions to freeze. I'm kind of holding on to some good ones. So unfortunately, I'm gonna have to leave that corpse behind. Hit by a blast again. I'm gonna try to hide around the corner. My dog just killed a watchman. Okay, I'm gonna eat this one at least. Tastes okay. Did not gain cold resistance. Oh, he dropped the bag. Dropped the bag. I think that's it. The magic bag of some sort. Or maybe it just has a lot of fancy stuff inside it. Yeah, here's some stuff that belongs to the watchman. A whistle can be nice, I guess. I don't know. I don't really need one. Magic whistles will make your dog teleport to you. Supposedly a regular whistle will attract your dog, I think. It just wakes nearby monsters. Yeah. It does attract pests by applying one repeatedly till they come to you. Okay, that's good to have one, yeah. It's one of those things that you try it by trial and error, and it's hard to tell if it's actually working, but you think it might be. Because again, the pet is like its own little, it's got its own agency, you know. Anyway, I should try this bag. What is this guy? Soldier or something? Peaceful watch captain. All right, I don't have to worry about him. I don't want to be in a corner because I'm thinking it might be a bag of tricks. And I would like an escape route in case it's a monster that is nasty. All right, let's give the bag a try. Look inside. There's a yellow gem. Okay. All right, just a random yellow gem inside. So it's either a very valuable gem or this is a very good bag. I don't know if like bags of holding generate with something inside usually. They might though. Not really sure. I'm probably going to wrap up this stream in a little bit. Let me just explore this level some more. Maybe try to get some food. Some locked door down there. What's over here? Dirk's General Store. Osaku, a pancake. Leather armor, potion called booze. Oh wait, a small mimic. Let's kill it. Alright, even a small mimic can beat you up. Pretty good amount. Potion of gain ability. Yeah, I'd like another one of those. Come here, doggo. You hear someone cursing shoplifters. That's me. Hachi eats an egg. You went right for that. Picks up the gain ability potion. Bring it here, man. Did you drop it? He might have put it back in the store. I think he's carrying it still, huh? Or he dropped it out of sight outside the store. Crocodile's giving me some trouble. Now he just dropped the potion of gain ability. Okay. Crocodile is killed. I will eat the crocodile. Tastes okay. All right, another potion of gain ability. Now there should be an altar around here. Even though it's not aligned with my god, I can still drop objects on it to test if the object is blessed or cursed. think. Is this really in Minetown, though? It seems different. Maybe they mixed up the layouts a little bit. Oh, Gunyoki. I killed a random jackal expecting that kind of brownish percent sign to be its corpse, but it was randomly a Gunyoki. How fun. Here's some orcs. Hill orcs. It just wielded a cursed scimitar. You can tell because it welded itself to its hand. I saw him wield a cursed thing, basically. And there's a whole row of them. If we can test out the wand of magic missile, that should be fun. I don't want to risk hitting like a watch captain or something over here. I don't think there's one. But that would be bad if I accidentally hurt one. They would all come to attack me. Wielding a cursed scimitar again. Okay, they left a pile of stuff. Let's just take the gold, I guess. I guess as long as I'm going with an orcish helmet, I might as well pick up the other ones here and try to get their blessed uncursed status identified. And I'm out of slots for objects, which always sucks. I could try to figure out if the bag is a bag of holding. One way to do that is if I'm burdened, I put something in the bag and then I'm no longer burdened, then I know it's a bag of holding. But I'm not burdened, so that kind of makes that test a little difficult. I'm not going to worry about that helm. Here's the food store. It's very small, unfortunately, but hey, if I can get 4 Gunyoki, I would feel much better. No, I will not attack the shopkeeper, as well as a tin. Come here, doggo. Where are you? Should we do some whistling? Whistle while I work. Come on, doggo. Come here. Waking up sleeping enemies, too. I wonder if that attracted the orc somehow. More confident in your weapon skills. That means I can upgrade longsword from skilled to expert. Woohoo. Now that might mean, I think it does mean I can pivot to two-handed. Let's look up samurai again. And their skills. Yeah, so I maxed out my saber at basic. And maxed out longsword at expert. So it might be time to start brushing up on my two-handed skill. Now I'm going to suck at it for a while. I'm going to miss a lot. But that's okay. I can always toggle two-handed combat if I'm ever in a serious battle. All right, so here's how we do it. We're going to put Gray Swan Deer. I think it might have to be my main weapon because that's how it works. The artifacts are jealous or something. If that even matters, I don't remember. Let's try it. Wield, Gray Swan Deer, exchange. I guess you can put it in alternate. Okay. Wield, katana. So now I have alternate. Gray Swan Deer main is katana. Now we do 2 weapon. Oh yeah, that's right. Once you enable 2 weapon, it resists being held second to another weapon. All right, so we exchange. Now, Gray Swan Deer is my primary, and we 2 weapon. All right. We're doing it. Okay. So yeah, where's that doggo? All right, so this is the non-co-aligned altar, but again, I think I can drop stuff to test their curse status just fine. Yeah, there we go. So let's work on that. Items of unknown blessed curse status. Orcish helm. You know, pretty much put everything on it. I'll have to take off my mithril coat to test that one. Or mithril. I always said mithril growing up, but then like I saw the Lord of the Rings movie and they say it like mithril or something like that. It's supposed to be a fancy elvish word. Can we drop all that stuff? So far, no glowing or flashing. Black flash as an unlabeled scroll hits the elder. Okay, that's a curse unlabeled scroll. Curse scroll of enchant weapon too. Okay. Glad I didn't read that randomly. That would give a weapon a minus instead of a plus. But it's still salvageable as something to dip and turn into it. Or I could even, well, I could dip it and turn it into blank paper, or I could try to bless it twice. So it would go from cursed to uncursed, and then uncursed to blessed. Okay, so far so good. Let's take off the mithril. Gotta take off the cloak first. Alright, it's just uncursed. Alright, let's pick up everything. Wear the mithril. Wear the cloak of protection. This priest is not happy with me because I am good and they are evil. Not really, they're not going to attack me or anything unless I instigate. Alright, so 2 uncursed potions of gain ability. And I would not want to pray here. That will not work. To try to make this holy word. No, that's not going to work. I have to go to my co-aligned altar, which I only know of one in like level 2 of the main dungeon. I'd have to go up a bit. So what do I want to do? I want to steal the food. I wanted to test other orcish helms. I might as well do that. Okay, let's try K and S. Okay, they're neutral. They're uncursed, basically. Drop K as well, actually. Okay. At least I know my bag is uncursed. Empty, uncursed bag. So I know it's not a cursed bag of holding. But what are there other kinds of bags that could possibly be bad? There's a sack, oilskin sack, bag of holding, bag of tricks, bag of digestion. That's in certain forks, and bag of rats, which is also in other forks. So it's not a bag of tricks. It's gotta be one of these 3. It cost a lot of money, but again, it did come with a gem inside. So I don't know. I feel like there's a good chance it's a bag of holding. It would be nice to test it. All I have to do is like pick up something very heavy, and then make myself burdened, and then if I put that object in the bag and I become no longer burdened, then that confirms it is a bag of holding. What is this Z? It's some kind of zombie. For some reason I have like a hesitancy because it's a blue color. It is a ghoul. Okay. More info about ghoul. We get a Les Miserables quote. Blood drinking bestiality, voracious appetite, etc., etc. Yeah. I don't feel like reading this all aloud right now, but it's always cool that they have this flavor text. Now the ghouls are do they give you much grief? I don't remember. Like they don't like drain your levels or something, do they? I think back to old school D&D, I think they would like paralyze you maybe for some reason. They paralyze you in this too, yeah. Paralyze you briefly. That's probably not you're probably not too much trouble. But with my 2 weapon stuff going there, I might miss it a lot. So let's see how it goes. I'm gonna try hitting it a couple times with 2 weapons. And if it's too problematic, I'll just use the katana by itself. Actually, I wonder if they were susceptible to silver. Probably not. I think it's only demons, and ghouls don't count like demons. Okay. Let's let him come to me. You miss the ghoul, you hit the ghoul hits, the ghoul misses. You hit the ghoul, you hit the ghoul misses. So you can see I'm making more attacks at once because I'm dual wielding, which is kind of cool. Alright, hello cat. Oh, random kitten, I'm gonna have to kill you, sorry. Alright, here's Hachi. Come on, Hachi, let's stop attacking the watchman. You're gonna get killed. Be a good dog and steal things for me. Come on, be a good dog and be a thief. Oh, You're gonna get in trouble with those watchmen thrusting spears at you. Christ. Don't attack that priest. I actually don't know if the priest will wreck him. Oh, look at that, some options. Yeah, I mean, these aren't really great. But what is a Kabuto, actually? I don't even know. Let's take a look. The dog needs a shirt. You know, I did I get a leash, or I just saw one in the store, but I didn't get it yet? I think the latter. So Kabuto is a type of helm. Oh, it's a plumed helmet, but so it's normally a plumed helmet, but it's a Kabuto for a samurai. But that is the appearance of one of these four things. An ordinary helmet, probably that, or helm of brilliance, helm of opposite alignment, helm of telepathy. Of these, the visored helmet is always special. All right, so what I'm going to do is take the Kabuto. What are you got, K? Is that gloves? You got K? That is leather gloves. Okay. Well, if I don't have any gloves, it might be worth getting that. Yeah. So we're going to check if they are cursed. We'll check with... Might as well check them all. Can't carry any more things, though. That's fine. Let's check their cursed status. Blessed, uncursed. Blessed, uncursed, cursed. Your vision seems to flatten for a moment, but is normal now. That could be due to the cross-aligned temple. But we're gonna Google it. Hallucination resistance. Huh. What was making me hallucinate? But you know what? Gray Swan Deer gives me protection against hallucination. So probably it might be a negative effect when you enter a cross-aligned temple. Either there or somebody's like zapping me, or I don't know what's going on. Okay, those are all uncursed. Don't care about this spear. Let's dump it. Where'd the spear go? Did I not pick it up? Oh, here it is. Drop you. Yeah, let's try the Kabuto on. You're already wearing a helm. Oh, yeah. Take off the helm. Wear Kabuto. Okay, that gave me one. It's probably just an ordinary helm, so it's probably worth very little, actually. So I will dump it. Put back on the Orcish helm. Try the You Got K. Okay, gave me one armor class boost. It's probably just, you know, basic leather gloves. Pair of low boots. I still have this cursed crap, so sad. All right, come on, dog. Yeah, let's get that leash. First, let's steal a leash. And then I can just drag him around. But it seems like getting him to the store that has a leash is going to be a pain to begin with. He's coming, okay. No, get over here. Come on. Come on. Damn it, get back here. Come on. You don't want to step on the uncursed Orcish helm? You can do it. Did step here for a second. Let's get a leash. Come on, boy. Come on. Yeah, let's do it. Which one was the leash? Leash, blindfold, bag, another bag. That's what an ordinary bag looks like. I definitely have a... Right. I guess I narrowed it down once again to either the gem or the bag. You know what, though? Given the price, I think it was exactly 2003, the previous bag, which leads me to believe it was like 3 for the bag, and then the gem was worth 2,000, or at least that's what the shopkeeper wanted it to be worth. It can be a piece of glass, and then as long as it's in a shop and you don't know what it is, the shopkeeper will try to rob you and make you spend a ton of money. So that's probably all it is, unfortunately. Just that 2003 makes it suspicious. I see that the other bag costs 3. Kill the sewer rat. Come on, just grab a leash. I can lead you around. There we go. Oh, did you drop it again? Here we go. That's good. For some reason, this one space right in front of the door it counts as outside the store. So if the dog drops it there, it's yours. Very strange, but that's how it works. Anyway, let's put on this leash. All right. Now I can lead him along. But if you move too fast, you will hurt him. You'll make him yelp. Because you drag him around, you choke him accidentally. So it does make it so it's a little bit, you have to be a little bit more careful. Picks up a good gnocchi. Yeah, I want to get loaded with food. Come on. Did you drop it? Drops a good gnocchi. Oh yeah, once we steal all this food, like good lawful citizens we are, we'll be in some good shape. But I can't hold anymore. Low boots are probably garbage, basically. I'm gonna drop them out of the way though. I guess I can just put stuff in the bag. I know it's uncursed. So let's put all the gems in the bag. Sometimes it's nice to like have a theme, so it's not hard to like remember what's in what. Like I can have the gem bag. All right, this is the gem bag. All my gems. I'm not sure if I want the gravestone to go in it too. Sure, fine, why not? Great, now I have more inventory slots. Okay, steal him, doggo. Oh, he had one on his possession. Shoot. Okay, he picks up a 10 now. Thank you. Picks up a good gnocchi. Drops it. In the wrong spot. Darn it, doggo. Come on. Hachi steps reluctantly over a cursed scimitar. Drop it, drop it. Drop it. There we go. Definitely time well spent, at least in terms of game turns. I should be in bed now, so in terms of real life, maybe not. Good use of time. Oh, he picked it up again. He must have dropped it. But I missed it. All right, so there we go. Oh, there's something to fight. It is an ape. Hachi eats an ape corpse. Now I have to wait for him to finish eating, or I'll choke him. You can chat with him, right? He's eating noisily. Eating entire ape. He does it in like 5 minutes. There, he finished it. Right, I think after I steal this, I'm going to have to end the stream. It's getting late. Guardian Naga hatchling, they can give me poison resistance. I will eat you. It's terrible. Did not grant it. Oh well. Spiked wand, huh? Get the gnocchi. Come on, Hachi. Stop being a pain. Drop it. Drop it. Good boy. All right. Yeah, so after 11, time for me to go. But that was fun. Let's see. Another thing we can do or things we can do for next time. Let's think about. We can, and we could try to use this fountain to make diluted potions. I cannot really try to convert this altar with a priest there. He'll not be too happy. But in general, you can try to convert altars. You sacrifice corpses. I still have my God's altar up, and having all this food on me just opens up possibilities where I can spend as much time I want without rushing, without worrying about my food supply. So I can, go up and down as I see fit. I can go up to that altar on level 2, do what I need to do, come back down, go up again, whatever. This is a good supply. I mean, it's not like a massive amount, but 5 food rations is pretty great. Yeah, thanks for watching, Eric Johnson, and everybody else who watched. And yeah, hopefully I can get a Saturday night stream in with Mr. Rob Bob this weekend. But yeah, we'll see. That's all for tonight. So thanks again, everyone. See you next time. Take care.